Guys, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shimei Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone. I'm your brother, Rabbi Nat. And now with the lesson, Lord's will, this is edifying to the Lord's elect. Hopefully it's not too windy, but I'm going to get this lesson done anyways. It says, I'm going to go in the news real quick. I woke up, I was watching some videos on different things popped up on my feed. And the brother from Australia, GMS Australia, did a video on Christmas and how he basically said for the first from December 25th to January 1st, when you were in slavery, when the so-called Negroes were in slavery, this nigga Esau gave you 6 days for you to go see your family members, because when you came back to your slave plantation, he was pretty much gonna sell you over to somebody else. So that's what you celebrating. Celebrating, man. When your ass is getting, imagine how scary that was. You don't know if you're gonna get shipped or not. Your family, you could go all over the world. This nigga ship you to a different part of the world. He don't give two shits about your family, man. And then he got commercials with Santa Claus and his elves, man. And you're supposed to represent the elves. Santa Claus represents Esau getting the victory over you, and then you're the elves helping him out. You're the jingle bell. Your chains clanking and making sounds. That's what that's what he's making these songs after. And then he has the whole world celebrating this shit, man. All the heathen nations, they celebrate this shit too. They celebrate your downfall. Parts of countries that never even have nothing to do with Thanksgiving, they celebrate that same shit too. So the whole world celebrates the downfall of the nation of Israel. If you don't think that's wicked, man, if that don't wake you up, man, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, man. Get the fuck out of here. I had beef with people in the street. You think I let them get away with what they did? When I was in the world? Hell no. Hell no, man. Now imagine an Edomite, your biggest enemy, ruling over you like this, man. And your whole nation. It ain't even just you. It ain't personal. It's your whole nation. He even got you celebrating your downfall. You listening to music about your people being destroyed and slaughtered. That's what he does. Why the hell would I celebrate some shit like that? Now people, I could get a bunch of precepts on why you could, if you wanted to go grab a plate and all that, man, fuck grabbing a plate. These people, let them go, man. They ain't no more grabbing plates no more, man. Fuck that. You want to grab a plate on the most wicked day of the season. It's the devil. And then you got ICE doing AI generated videos of Santa Claus deporting your ass, man. So, Esau's, that's his holiday spirit. They singing songs like Feliz Deportar. Have a happy deportation. That's what's online right now. That's funny. That's real funny. But it's gonna be funnier when those same things happen to you. When your whole nation goes into captivity for what they did against the nation of Israel. And you gotta suffer for the sins that you did against Israel. See how that feels then. I wonder what holiday we're gonna have when we put Esau into slavery. What's that gonna be? When we get when we get to victory. I wonder what we're gonna call that. We're gonna tell you to sing songs like you did in Babylon, just like you had us do in Psalms the 137th chapter. And I'm watching the news, and this Spanish dude gets shot with a bow and arrow in New Jersey. His wife said, "We're about to celebrate Christmas." The Lord took his ass out with a bow and arrow, man. Get the fuck out of here. The Lord ain't dealing with your holidays, man. Read this in the book of Amos. He's tired of that shit. I don't blame him. What's that? Amos 5, I think. It's Amos 5 and I will not smell your solemn feast. Yeah, Amos 5 verse 21. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. He said he hates, he despises your feast days. You know, the days you get together with your family and eat wicked ass food with your family, because y'all are wicked. Ultimately, there's no way in hell you coming to the truth and you think that shit's all right, man. You're supposed to have wisdom. And if the Lord hates it, why would you be celebrating something that the Lord hates with the rest of this dumbass heathen, man? Now the heathen can celebrate that. Family too. There's gonna be a time, man. You ain't got no family, man. If they're not serving the Lord, hey, man, you better watch out. You might get hit with a bow and arrow. Like that Spanish man. I bet you he wish he got deported till you get an arrow in your back. Then it looked like a Spaniard did it. I think his name was, he looked like an Edomite, but a Spaniard Edomite. He looked kind of homeless. He was hiding in a cut, jumped out and shot him in his back, and he bled out. If you get shot with an arrow, just remember, don't pull it out. If you can't go all the way through, don't pull the arrow out your back, man. You'll cause more damage. You'll rip up your inner artery. That's what he probably tried to do after he got shot. He probably tried to take the arrow out of his back, and he bled out. You need medical assistance at that point. But in order to have preventative maintenance, you might want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and avoid any things that the Lord hates. You might want to avoid all of that. Amos 5 verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. That's right. He ain't taking your sacrifices anymore. He's not honoring them anymore. Okay? Not that we do sacrifices anymore, but it's symbolic for how you serve the Lord. He's not accepting that anymore. The way you accept and serve him is wrong. Especially in this time. In that time, yeah, you made sacrifices, but now you celebrating him with these solemn feast days, and it's wicked. He said he hates it, but you still constantly do it. And he gave you the truth, and you didn't stop it. You continued in it. This word ain't changed you like that. Four words concerned what your auntie think, man. Fuck auntie, man. She gonna die. Auntie gonna get put to death because she can't repent. She wanna eat honeyed ham tomorrow and lobster tail and shit like that. She can't repent. So I ain't too worried about auntie, man. I got aunts, I got uncles, I got family, but they don't want to repent. What you supposed to do? Amos chapter 5 verse 23 Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. You don't want to hear your stupid ass jingle bell song. Why would he want to hear that when it's he gonna judge the nations for what they did to his nation, and you rocking out to your own destruction? The Lord ain't dealing with that. This is the song we should be singing, the downfall of our enemies. That's the #1 hit record in the midst of Israel. The Israelites, this is the #1 hit song. We've been singing the same song for a long time, and y'all don't wanna hearken to it. You ain't dancing to the music. This is the best song I ever heard in my life, man. I got it on repeat. That Esau's gonna get destroyed and he's going into slavery. Woo! He gonna be the jingle bell soon. Let me grab this in the book of, let me see if I'm done with that. Amos chapter 5, verse 24. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? Yeah, did you do that? Had the tabernacle. Let's look that up, as a matter of fact. They had the tabernacle, so let me see what David Guzik says about it. In Amos 5. He be going off sometimes, and sometimes he knows something. Let's see what David Guzik says. It says, Amos expressed the same idea Yahushua did in Matthew 5, 23 and 24. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar and then remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift therefore before the altar and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. God thought all that Israel did, their feast days and sacred assemblies, their burnt offerings, their grain offerings, their peace offerings, and their songs, all this was nothing as long as there was no justice or righteousness in their dealings with others. That's right. No justice, man. You ain't operating under the law, statutes, and commandments, and you want to sing your stupid ass song, man. But the Lord ain't dealing with that anymore. Amos 5, verse 26, but ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and chewing your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. Yeah, that star, that they claim that's the Star of David. I don't wear it because I believe that the apostles and elders are the shepherds, and they told us not to wear that type of shit. You know, the 6-point star. Fucking the GDs be throwing it up. You throwing up Jewish symbols, man. Ancient. I don't know if it's Babylonian. Chewing is a god of I believe the Moabites. And Moloch is the god of the Canaanites. A lot of you gangbangers out there, y'all throwing this shit up. You're throwing up pentagrams. You're throwing up hexagrams. Because you're demonic, you're demons through the spirit. You lack wisdom. So we don't wear any stars. Amos 5, verse 27. Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, saith the Lord, whose name is the God of hosts. And that's pretty much it on that. Let's look in the news. Zelensky open to withdrawing troops in new peace draft awaits Russians to reply. Now he wants to withdraw his troops. That's bullshit anyways, man. That's bullshit. We've been talking about withdrawing troops for the longest time. Right now, Russia's on this, they're on this specific highway that leads right into the I think Kiev. I don't know if they already have Kiev. They got some highway that leads right to the capital. And they're basically saying ain't nothing stopping them. And why would Russia stop? Now he want to plead, oh please, oh no, I'm gonna stop removing troops. It's too late for that, nigga. I'm coming, I'm taking it all. I don't want to hear your fucking peace deal. You should have read the Bible. You should know that I'm not going to regard your silver or your gold. Let me grab this and I'm going to dash your young men to pieces. What the fuck you think I'm coming to do? I'm coming to do the work of the Lord. Isaiah 13. You think Putin's doing this by himself? Isaiah 13, verse 17. Behold, I'll stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So the Russians ain't gonna spare children. They're gonna dash your young men to pieces, and that's why the duck wants to create his golden fleet. You should have been creating your golden fleet before you went to war. Now he's saying by 2030, he's gonna have the 100 times largest boat out there. Well, what? It might not be a 2030. You running on borrowed time. Who said you're gonna be here by 2030? Did the Lord tell you you're gonna be there? Abdul, Aisha? Abdul, you think you're gonna be here in 2030? We don't know when our appointed time is, man. The Lord knows all of that. So it's kind of proud to say you're gonna be here in 2030, don't you think? He don't give a fuck of what position you in. That's pride. And we know pride cometh before destruction. Let me grab that. Pride cometh before destruction. Where's that at? Allow, give me that. Pride cometh before destruction. Where's that at? Proverbs 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Let's look at this word, haughty. Look up haughty, proud, arrogantly superior, and disdainful, it says. So he's arrogantly prideful and disdainful. He's so proud that it's like, it's disdainful. You don't, not that anyone likes a proud person, it's like, you want to see him fall like Jake Paul. You want to see him get punched in his face. Jake was proud. He thought he could get in the ring. Tyson missed the punch, so he think he got the victory on that. So now he think he can get in the ring with Joshua. Now he's in the hospital with his jaw broken, man. Damn. And I like Jake. I like Jake Paul, man. I like Jake, man. I really do. He might be an Edomite. He might not be. I don't know. Whether he is or he isn't, he damn sure is not serving the Lord. So all of you are Edomites if you don't serve the Lord to me. If you follow in the way of being a heathen. Excuse me, man. I'm sorry. I got a lot of snot. It's kind of cold out here. You know? But I like Jake Paul. But he got his shit rocked by Joshua. Just like Esau's gonna get his shit rocked by Yahweh Shah. Joshua goes back to Yahweh Shah. And that's what the Lord's gonna do. He's gonna get him with it. He's gonna try to hit him and ain't gonna do nothing. He's gonna knock his ass out real quick. Let me grab this in the book of Luke, chapter 14. In verse 25, and there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life, he cannot be my disciple. That's right. The whole family. All right? And it means to love less. when you look at that word hate. Somebody put on one of my comment boards, yeah, Esau, when it says I hated Esau, it means I love him less. No, not for you, Esau. That does not mean that. Okay? Created for the day of evil. Proverbs 16:4. He's going to destroy you. But when it comes to an Israelite man and his family and him serving the Lord, you can't put nothing above the Lord. You got to put Esau, you got to put your family, everything second. The Lord comes first. Luke 14 and verse 27, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. You got to bear your cross. Which means when you go through this afflictions for the truth, you got to suffer it. You got to endure it to the end like Yahweh. Or you can't be his disciple. You fall out, you start preaching another gospel. The Lord ain't hearing that. So there's no excuse. You got to endure to the end, and a lot of y'all are falling out. Luke 14, you're giving up, putting your cross down. In verse 28, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it. So before you build a tower, you got to sit down and plan. You got to plan if you got what it takes to finish the tower. Okay, you got a construction project. There's a budgeted. You got to make sure you got enough to finish it. All right. Luke 14 and verse 29, lest haply, after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. That's right. Begin to build the foundation. You don't have what it takes to finish it, they begin to mock you. Now this goes back to Vladimir Zelensky. Because even though this is a big, it's a fucking show. He's literally an actor. But you mean you got all these smart people around you sitting at a table, they're telling you, yeah, you ready to go to war with Russia? And your stupid ass said yes, you're a fucking idiot. So you deserve to get blown to smithereens and pieces, man. That's what you get. You should have counted the cost. But you did it. And that's why your capital about to be taken over. Luke 14 in verse, and you being mocked right now. Luke 14 and 30, saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. Right, he began to build. For the past 4 years now, actually, the past 5 years, going on the 5th year, because Biden was sending you money hand and foot. He was sending you buku money. I think they said he said, I don't know how many, I don't know if it was billions or millions, but it was a lot of money. And a lot of that money is not accounted for. They don't know where it went. Sounds like a lot of money laundering. Sounds like a criminal enterprise. Luke 14, in verse number 31. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. Yeah, so what king does that? You got 10,000 going to meet a king that got 20,000. So he's twice more able to, he's twice as much as him. That's like Zelensky, man. You shut down your nuclear power site long ago. Chernobyl still hasn't really been cleaned up yet. You can't even defend that place, man. I remember when Putin took that shit over. He didn't give a fuck, man. He sent soldiers over there, and that was some people's post. I wonder what type of soldiers. He probably sent some Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to go defend Chernobyl. That's what the fuck this nigga's gonna do when you go to war with the Russians. He's gonna have you defending some nuclear site, some waste site. You're in a foreign country with all this armor on, and you being exposed to radioactive isotopes because you're stupid. You don't know what's in the Bible. It tells you in the book of Hosea, the 4th chapter, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You wouldn't be signing up. You wouldn't be signing up for this nigga if you had the wisdom of the Lord. Why would you go fight for the devil? Well, when you believe in Jesus Christ, that's what happens. You fall for the okie doke. Luke chapter 14, verse number 32, or else while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassage and desireth conditions of peace. And that's the position that he's in right now. He's desiring a position of peace. He wrote a 20-point plan, and he's waiting for the Russians, Vladimir Putin, to give him an answer. Dumbass. You think Putin's in a rush to answer Vladimir Zelensky? Hell no. That's his bitch. Luke 14, verse 33. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. That's right, you gotta forsake all that he has. And it really ain't much to forsake. You don't own shit here. You don't have shit here. I believe Charles Schwab said you should own nothing and be happy. There you go. You never owned anything here and you're not happy. And you're not going to be happy because this is not your rest. It's going to Micah 2 and 10. This lady in Chicago that's complaining about taxes. She wants everyone to vote about paying the taxes. And there's going to be people that are going to do that. And guess what? You're going to be destroyed, man. The Lord didn't tell you not to pay your taxes. He told you, render unto Caesar what is Caesar. You wanted to buy the big old house and be like the Brady. Well, guess what? You got to pay your taxes. You don't got it like Esau got it. He got 500 years of slavery over you. He'll be all right a little longer than you. He can withstand this affliction a little bit more than you so-called Negroes like he's up a lot. All right? Your dumb ass is asking his God for help. You're an idiot. This false God, he's a Greek. He believes in Greek mythology. He's a Disney character. His whole existence is fake. He's actually a caveman. All right? That's who's foolish. The basis of men. And his God is base too. Look into it. It's Caesar Borgia, by the way. If you don't know, look him up. Look up Desiree or whatever the hell you want to call that nasty motherfucker. That's y'all working. Luke 14, verse 35. It is neither fit for the land. Salakia. Luke 14 34. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be seasoned? It is neither fit for the land, nor yet for the dunghill, but men cast it out. He that have ears to hear, let him hear. And that's what it means. You got salt without any taste to it. What do you do with it? You throw it away. Yahweh told you that the nation of Israel is the salt of the earth, and if he can't use you, he don't need you. He don't need you, man. He don't need any of us. He'll have it where he said he can raise up stones. He don't need any of us to do this work, man. It said flood warnings issued in Southern California as intense storm sweeps in. That's right. Got storms got it all. Lord's constantly, and this is around your favorite. This is around your favorite holiday. For some people are gonna be afflicted during this season. Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So the Lord uses these different storms for judgment. Don't think it's strange that he's doing it to those Californians in this time. Salaki, I got snots all coming out my nose, man. All right, don't think it's strange that the Lord's doing that. The book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 2. It says, God is jealous and the Lord Yahweh revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. That's right. He's reserving wrath for his enemies. Who are his enemies? All these nations that come up against the nation of Israel. He's reserving that wrath. Ultimately, it's Esau Edom. He was created for the day of vengeance. But it's you heathen too, who participate in the destruction of Israel. I got judgment coming in your ass too. Nahum 1 verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and in the clouds of the dust of his feet. That's right. He has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm. And it says in the clouds of the dust of his feet. Okay? So, when he's sending these storms in, literal storms, you know, like a flood, that's a form, that's a sign, that's judgment. That's judgment from the Lord. All right? Just like when he sends militaries to come invade your land, that's another form of judgment. New Epstein files mention Trump and SCOTUS rules on National Guard in Chicago. So his name's all over the place, man. All about those shit, man. More than what he told you. And then when you look at the redacted shit online, people are taking it, putting it into Word, and just removing the black lines and reading it. So he can't deceive anybody anymore, man. He did a horrible job trying to redact it. They got so many, the Lord put the spirit on somebody to go remove it. So you can't trust, this devil's weak, man. When he can get away with shit like that, then you know he knows his power's work. Imagine how much shit you just took. You took this devil's word for face value, and the nigga was lying to you the whole time. That's why the scriptures tell you to never trust your enemy, man. Brother just posted this thing with this doctor was trying to give African Americans HIV somehow. I didn't read the whole article. I wouldn't doubt it. That's your fucking enemy. Don't get me wrong, the Lord can heal you. He can make you be at peace, but you ain't right with the Lord, all this shit can happen to you, man. It's subject to any form of judgment when you ain't got the Lord on your side. And not just saying, oh, I believe in God, and like the world does, man. It tells you to seek it 10 times more that it needs to be found. You gotta study, you gotta look up Brothers got plenty of breakdowns. Brothers are doing plenty of videos. But the word ain't going out like that anymore. Because y'all are being sealed for death. We getting close to the elect already. Majority of the elect, I believe, are already saved. There might be a few who ain't saved yet. And they need to hear the word. It's around that time where people ain't gonna really want to, not really get out there and serve the Lord, man. Get out there and serve the Lord. Matter of fact, yeah, okay. The wind started blowing from this direction all of a sudden. But yeah, man. Let's see what else is going on. It says, EU warns of possible action after US bars 5 Europeans accused of censorship. Who cares? ICE officer accused of excessive force. We already know. Nursing home explosion. Supreme Court rejects Trump's bid to deploy National Guard to Chicago. Mother charged in cold-blooded killing of 9-year-old daughter. What? This place is over. Mothers killing their daughters. And that's going to happen too. That's part of the curses. I can't read it. I need a subscription, it says. But that's in the news right now, man. Let me see if I can grab this. Sodden. Let's grab that. Lamentations. Distress of the siege described. I start at the top. Lamentations 4:1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. And this is describing the fall of Jerusalem when the Babylonians came and took down the temple, the first temple. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how were they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Yeah, how were they esteemed as earthen pitchers? So that shows you that the Lord looks at the nation of Israel like gold. Lamentations 4 verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. Now, I don't know if that lady was an Israelite. She looked like an Edomite. Ooh, that's an Edomite, man. That's crazy. Killed her 9-year-old daughter. Killed her 9-year-old daughter, man. Yeah, the wind's kicking up. It's about to get bad out here, man. It wasn't that bad when I first started. But it's starting to get there, though. Let me see. Lamentations chapter 4. Let's go to the point. Verse 10. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. That's right. So a lot of people, especially in the times that we're coming into, they're going to have less love to show for their kids, man. And a lot of them they're going to be killing their kids, man. So these are signs that we at the end, man. I want to look this up, though. That's crazy shit. How could somebody do that? Ultimately, that's a spirit, man. The 9-year-old girl that got killed by her mother. Let's find some news on this. ABC alert. It says Ashley Buzzard was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly killing her 9-year-old daughter, Melody Buzzard, who was shot in the head and found dead in a rural area of Utah. The Santa Barbara County, California sheriff announced. Yeah, the Santa Barbara County. Santa spells Satan, man. Fucking killing her damn kids. Shot her little girl, man. In Utah. Sheriff Bill Brown said cold-blooded and criminally sophisticated premeditation and heartlessness went into planning the crime, and ruthlessness went into actually committing the crime. Ashley Buzzard's arrest comes more than 2 months after the little girl was reported missing. Authorities said they believe Melody was killed shortly after she was last seen alive October 9th near the Colorado-Utah border during a road trip with her mom. Yeah, that was the last road trip she was going on that day. The fuck made her do that? Fucking demons, man. And that's, that's it. And look at, this is a functioning society. Why would somebody do something like that in a functioning society? So imagine when shit gets worse than that. What people gonna do with their kids then, when you ain't got no food? When you ain't got nowhere to go, you worried about bills and shit. You can't take care of your kid, you can't pay for this and pay for that. Who knows, man? Ashley Buzzard. It's crazy, man. The damn daughter been missing since October 9th because this bitch killed her. Her own mother, man. So this is the times we're coming into, man, where worse shit about to happen. Lord tells you in 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, they shall be taken in great number. So these different wars that are kicking off in Venezuela, that's about to get kicked off. This nigga Duck about to turn up this year. The Italian president, Melanie something, or the prime minister, whatever the hell her name is, said 2026 is gonna be way worse. She said it was gonna be way worse, man. At least she's telling the truth. Well, what is your president doing? Oh, well, everything's great. Next year's gonna be greater. Let me see if I can grab that quote from her. Melanie, the Prime Minister of Italy, says 2026 is gonna be way worse. Yes, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, not Melanie, I didn't say Melanie, I said Melanie, recently told government staff that 2026 is expected to be a very challenging year. During her annual Christmas address at Palazzo Chigi, she said the end of 2025 has been difficult for all of us. ... Don't worry, because next year will be much worse. And she's right. ... Next year's gonna be much worse, man. What happened this year? Let's reflect a little bit. You had the longest government shutdown ever. You had the biggest, at the beginning of the year, you had it started with a Tesla vehicle being blown up in front of the Trump Towers. That's how the year started. And then, what? You got all these Epstein file cases. You got, I don't know how many school shootings we had this year. That's what I can think off the top of my head, man. How many wars did this nigga supposedly got rid of? All them wars that he said he got rid of, the same wars. So The Lord is not lying, man. He can't do anything but what the will of the Lord is. The Lord won't war, there's gonna be war. There ain't never gonna be no peace without the Lord. So if you're expecting peace from the so-called white man, you're a dumbass. And if you're a white man thinking the so-called white man gonna bring you peace, you stupid as hell. What you need to be doing is continue to read Lamentations, the 4th chapter, all the way down to the last 2 verses, where it tells you, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. This is the time for you to be happy. You got a little short time, you got a little more money than everybody else. Hey, go and enjoy that, man. Go and enjoy that paper. Because you're gonna be working. And you ain't gonna be living in the suburbs, and you're gonna be living in a pit. You're gonna be eating juniper roots and mallows, just like Job told you, man. So have fun with your kingdom this time, because then you're going into slavery against the people you hate so much. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're gonna be ruling over you. They're gonna be shipping you away. Scriptures tell you we're gonna sell you to the Sabians. Let me look that up. Joel, the 3rd chapter. Let's go there real quick. Joel chapter 3. I start at the top. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So you're going to go to the valley of Jehoshaphat, where the Lord's going to judge all you nations. He's going to bring you to the Middle East, and he's going to destroy you there. Y'all going to fight each other, and y'all ain't coming up out of there. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. So that's what they did. They sold us into slavery, you know, and they sold a boy as a harlot. You know, they like little boys and girls, man. So imagine what these niggas were doing during slavery with our people. Esau is a very nasty and profane person. So everything that you hear is happening to these little kids, he did that to the nation of Israel. Used to rape men in front of everybody. That's what this nigga was doing. Now he want you to forget your history. Oh, no, that was a long... Donald Duck want to get rid of that history. Why? Because it exposes him as being this nasty-ass nigga that he's being accused of being. With little kids and shit like that. I don't know if it's little kids. I think it is. Jeffrey Epstein's a pedophile. You're supposed to be a Christian. You're supposed to be around pedophiles. But hey, you don't do nothing to the people in the Catholic Church that be caught with kids all the damn time. And you stupid ass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans keep sending your kids over there to them. So that's what you get. You ain't got no wisdom. But that goes to show you that this is all prophecy. Joel 3 and 4, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, you Hamite nations, you Africans, like that descend from Ham, Tyre and Zidon. So what have you to do with me, he said. And all of the coast of Palestine. Now the Palestinians, going back to Ham. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. So if you paid back the Lord for what you've done, he would take that money, he'd throw it in your face. Sorry, Lord, for doing this to your children, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Take this bribe. He'll take it, he'll throw it in your face, man. Okay. Joel chapter 3, verse 5. He said, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. I think P. Diddy did that one time. He was at a club. This was years ago. He was at a club. He had a bunch of money and he threw a whole stack on some other nigga's head. That's what the Lord would do to you, man. He would take your recompense and throw it on your head, man. For what he don't care about your money. And that's the same type of spirit he's been putting on these Russians. Joel chapter 3, verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Now that's a sevenfold scripture right there. Because this nigga Esau did go in the temple. He robbed the temple multiple times. What we read in Lamentations, the 4th chapter at the top, he likened the daughter of Zion comparable to fine gold. And where do you got them? You got them in your house, in your temple, in your tabernacle. Over here in America, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, y'all are the Lord's inheritance. His inheritance is his people. He tells you in Isaiah the 47th chapter, he gave it to the so-called white man. What did he do with it? Did he clean them up? Did he treat them all right? No. He's killing them. He's doing all these things. So he got a recompense coming to his ass. And that's what he gets. Joel chapter 3, verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. So you're going to be sold off too. Same thing that happened to us is going to happen to you, man. So you can try to get rid of that history, but hey, there's a new history coming. There's a new slavery coming. There's plenty of precepts that prove what I'm saying. Romans 9, verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. That's right, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And now he's quoting Malachi 1 and 4 in the Old Testament. That's in your New Testament. Paul quoting the Old Testament. How come you Christians don't know how to do that? It's the book of Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. That's right. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man into captivity? So-called white man Esau Edom. So he gotta go. He going into captivity. Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So you're going to be given for a prey. Okay? Every one of them, all of our adversaries, everyone going into captivity, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not. Psalms chapter 147. In verse 19, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. You haven't known the judgments, but you will. You're going to know the judgments. That's what you were created for. You're going to know all the judgments. Okay? The Lord ain't send fire to kill us. He put us through slavery. We had to go through hell. That's hell. Slavery's hell. We already been through hell, man. Even though Jacob's trouble's coming, that's going to be a time that has never been like ever since before there was a nation. We're going to make it through that too. We're going to make it through everything the Lord wants us to make it through, man, if we part of that number. Psalms 146:5. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for he commanded and they were created. He hath also established them forever and ever. He hath made a decree that which shall not pass. Praise the Lord from the earth, ye dragons in all the deeps. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind, fulfilling his word. Mountains and all hills, fruitful trees and all cedars, beasts and all cattle, creeping things and all flying fowl, kings of the earth and all people, princes and all judges of the earth. So everyone need to praise the Lord, man. And that's what it's going to get into. We're going to be getting into praising the Lord again. All of creation. And those who choose not to do that, you don't get any rain. You're gonna get judged. All right? Psalms 148, verse 14, he also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even to the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye the Lord Yahweh. That's right. A people near unto him, praise ye the Lord Yahweh. So that tells you who the saints are. The saints are the Israelites. So you see the saints on the highways and edges, you see what they're doing. They're praising the Lord. They're putting his decree, they're putting his decree out for everyone to know. So it is what it is, man. If you don't like it, take it up with the Lord. Psalms 149:1, praise ye the Lord, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. And we praising the Lord with a new song, which is, this word is the new song. Okay? Bringing our people back in the remembrance of who they were. All right? The new song is the understanding of the Bible in this time. The whole understanding of the book. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Yeah, their king is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Their king, that's possessive. Even though he's the king of kings, Lord of lords, it all came from Yahweh. That's given that authority on down, and it's going to be order down here on the earth when he sends back his son. That's the times we're getting into. Psalms 149:3, let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. And that's what we're doing through the Spirit. We're doing that through the Spirit by coming out with the right doctrine. Coming out with the right attitude towards the Lord. That's us rejoicing with the timbrel and the harp. We all gotta teach it the way we were given. It's like a chorus. It's like a orchestra. What do you call it? An orchestra, something like that. Where everyone is singing in sync. We're all singing the same tune, same song. Esau's going down. The salvation's for Israel. You know how the song go. They're trying to throw the song off, but they can't. Because the song's gonna get louder and louder the more the judgments start to come. You're gonna see it with your own eyes. Psalm 149:4, for the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. And the meek are the Israelites, the elect of Israel. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. And we're going to sing from on this side all the way into the kingdom too. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. So we're going to have a two-edged sword. We're going to be praising the high praises. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. And we're going to put punishments on you heathen. That's written. Tell Genesis to break that down. If everyone can be saved, what heathen are going to get punished? To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Yeah, what kings are being going to be locked up? It's you heathen kings. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. That's right. Praise ye the Lord. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachak Wadashim. I'm going to end it on that. Lord's will, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachak Wadashim. Shalom, Abad Babal, and Kwam Yasharala.